a party at your home of the pollinators, this is one you don't want to miss, because in North America, one of the more native plants that attracts pollinators beautifully is the bee balm. But here's what's awesome about this plant. If you've ever seen pollinators that are really long and, as we say in the garden world, leggy, they're a little unruly. This is going to give you something that's a foot tall. It's never leggy, and it gives you the most beautiful, fragrant foliage. $37.25 and free shipping and handling. So now you get to have a little party in your own garden of all those beautiful pollinators while we know that we're giving back to our garden. It's M821104, our 6-piece bee balm live plant. Ooh, look, there's a hummingbird. What an amazing shot. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more about the bee balm. Derek's going to be hanging with us. And pollinating plant is such an important part. I mean, sustainability in our garden. It's a way we can really enjoy the beauty of gardening and giving back.
That is very true. Now, this is a North American native, but we've just improved upon it.
All right.
Because in the wild, Monarda or bee balm, it is attractive, but it's not great for a manicured garden. They get, like you said, pretty tall, sometimes like as tall as 5 or 6 feet, and they look kind of weird. It's just a lot of green. So we wanted to make one that was a little bit more compact, a little more stylish. You could even grow in a container if you wanted to, like what I have here, but still have that impact of beauty and pollinator food. So why we love this, because it's a native, it does excellent in any garden. I mean, these are gonna handle and withstand the cold, the heat, the drought, the rain. They're just built for it because they come from our own soil. But we've improved upon the color saturation. These are really deep and rich colors that you're getting, as opposed to the wild natives, which are sort of a washed out pink. And we've also improved upon looking at these in terms of being something as part of a home garden, because normally you wouldn't want the wild natives in your garden. But this is bringing the pollinators to your house in style. Like you can see that hummingbird there. There's not a whole lot of plants your hummingbirds are interested in, but the Monarda bee balm is one of them. Now, what these are is each flower is actually composed of multiple flowers, tiny flowers, like 100 of them on each little bouquet, you could say. They have a fragrance almost like mint, mixed with a little oregano or a little spice.
Yeah.
And I love it. Actually, this whole plant is edible by human beings. You can take the fresh red flowers and put them in a glass of hot water and make tea, which is very healthy. And then the leaves themselves, I like to dry, and then I use them as an oregano substitute, because I like to grow most of my herbs. And I grow oregano too, but I like this too. It's got a little bit of a different flavor to it. Great on pizza, pasta, anything that you like.
That's a really great tip. So if you don't have a ton of space, or you're looking for doing some herbs and flowers and pollinators, this is a great plant to do that because of its more compact size. It's M82110. Starting to get really popular this morning here on QVC2. We've got 2 full hours of Robertas this morning, but I think this gives us a lot of versatility. So that's what shipped to us.
Yes, and there's a bee eating the nectar. These are full of nectar. They are part of Mother Nature's pollinator food system. When you plant these on your property, you're going to be bringing those pollinators there. Now, bees in general, you know, they are almost an endangered species. So when you plant these, you are really helping out the whole planet. But this is what you get right out of the box. It's well rooted. You're going to get flowers this year for sure. And this plant that I have here is 1.
Okay.
Full grown. So you're going to have 6 plants this size. Now, you can put these in containers. They like full sun. They can handle a little bit of part sun, so that means like 8 to 5 hours of sunlight a day. But you can also put them in the ground in mixed beds. I love it in mixed beds. It has this sort of wild fairy garden look to it that really kind of breaks up if you just have like kind of a monotonous sort of an equal level garden. This has this flowers kind of like you're throwing confetti around. That's sort of the look that they give. Which I really like, and it's unique.
It really is. It's such a special plant. Okay, wait, I want to know, because we learned that Devin is like the relative that shows up at the party, like a Gerber daisy. So, Derek, what is Steph like when she shows up at the family gatherings?
Oh.
You're laughing.
That's a hard question. I've never thought
Think about
that
it. Think about it.
before.
We've got another hour.
Maybe.
Because then I'm going to
Yeah.
have Devin and Steph weigh in on
Throughout
you.
the show.
I mean,
I'll come up with it.
Court's
My
here,
brother
so
just said-
we've got a litmus test.
Devin was just yelling across the room that she's a rose with thorns, but I think that's not right.
Oh, he said the rose with thorn. You know what, though, Steph? I think she's beautiful, but she can stand up for herself.
There you go.
Yeah, she's got that girth, that spirit about her. That's good. I think that's a great quality.
I think
See.
I'm the desert rose coming up on the very last of the show.
Wait, isn't that a 100-year-old plant?
Yeah.